So I've been using the Galaxy Watch 7 going on 1 month now. So I thought I would do a quick update on how things are going. I have to admit, I was getting a little worried about battery life after the first week or so because it kept getting worse and worse the more I would wear it. But luckily, Samsung pushed out an update that seemed to fix the battery drain issue where I could get almost 3 days with light usage. I'm not sure what was causing the battery to drain so quickly, but luckily that seems to be fixed now. For some reason, it still doesn't record floors climbed. I haven't really heard anyone else talk about that. It still always reads 0 for me. I know my Fitbit Versa 4 and Pixel Watch, I have no problems with that. I do wish Samsung would do something similar to what OnePlus is doing with 2 processors in their watch. I know with the OnePlus Watch 2R, I was getting almost 1 full week with light use. So pretty much right there with my Fitbit Versa 4, even though it's got Wear OS on it. But I do like the style and build quality on the Galaxy Watch 7 a little bit better than on the OnePlus Watch. I also like the software a little bit better on this watch as well. I know not everyone is a big fan of smartwatches because it feels like you're getting the same notifications that you would get on your phone. But for me, I like to go into the settings and only turn on a couple app notifications that I feel that are important if I'm away from my phone. And by doing that, it definitely helps with battery life as well. The nice thing about the band used on this is it's the same 20mm. It's pretty similar to a lot of others out there. I feel like there's probably thousands of options when it comes to bands for this watch since it's using the same connection as a lot of the previous Galaxy watches. This one also has a fairly slim style to it compared to like the Ultra or the Classic. The one thing I also like about smartwatches like this is it sort of motivates me to be more active since I can see how much I did or didn't move each day. And then I'm like, oh wow, I should probably move around. Of course, it's also nice you can use this watch with any Android phone. The sleep tracking seems to be pretty accurate from what I've seen. I do feel like the steps on here, it sort of feels like you have to work a little bit harder to get the same amount of steps as my Fitbit Versa 4. Although with this watch, when I'm mowing, it doesn't add thousands of steps like my Fitbit. So it's not quite as sensitive as my Fitbit. There's definitely a lot more stuff on this watch than I would ever use, like the gestures. I don't really use those. I don't use the always on display either, but it does seem pretty sensitive on auto detecting walking, and then it shuts off pretty quick after I'm done walking. The other thing I like about this, probably over my Watch 6 Classic, is the weight is quite a bit lighter, even if I do miss using the rotating bezel sometimes. The digital bezel on here is nice though, and works in a similar way. You're also going to get most of the features from the Ultra on this watch, even the same processor and size of screen. You just don't have the large bezel around it, but of course in a lighter size, and you've got 2 different size options where you only have one with the Ultra. I haven't had any other glitches other than the battery drain issue, which like I said, seems to be a little more normal now after the last software update. But as far as the overall software, it feels nice and smooth. It hasn't slowed down or anything like that. Hopefully here soon I'll be getting the new larger 45mm Pixel Watch 3 to see how that compares to this. And I'm curious on the battery life because I feel like that's one thing that bothered me, the Pixel Watch 2. Well, that and the fact that it's smaller than most other watches that I have. So we'll see if I like the new Pixel Watch better than this, because so far I feel like this is my new favorite watch that I've used so far.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.